They have been worn by iconic figures such as Tom Cruise, Marilyn Monroe, JF Kennedy, and Lady Gaga. Their designs are recognizable from miles away. Ray-Ban, the manufacturer that revolutionized the eyewear industry and popularized two of the world's most imitated styles, aviator and wayfarer. So, get comfortable and let's begin this journey. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our design explorations. Now, let's dive in. Ray-Ban's story goes back to Rochester, New York, around the middle of the 19th century. Two German immigrants, John Bausch, who was an optician, and Henry Lohm, a finance guy, teamed up to start a company for optical health products. They named it Bausch & Lomb and brought in all kinds of optical products like glasses, binoculars, telescopes, and microscopes. Fast forward to the early 1900s, John Bausch's son, William Bausch, came up with a technique for making fused glass lenses. This groundbreaking method made things faster, used less material, and to top it off, brought down production costs. That's how Bausch & Lomb became a pioneer in lens manufacturing in the United States. Later in the 1930s, a U.S. Air Force pilot named John McReady needed sunglasses that could shield his eyes from the sun way up high. The problem was that the ones aviators used back then got foggy easily, messing with their vision. So he asked for sunglasses that could protect his eyes from the annoying and dangerous glare of the sun while providing clear and complete vision. In 1936, the company came up with the first prototype. They were the world's first polarized sunglasses, featuring those iconic green drop-shaped lenses. These shades not only effectively reduced glare but also improved contrast, giving clear vision and reducing eye strain. Recognize them? Those are the famous Ray-Ban aviators. The success of these sunglasses was so huge that in the same year, they became part of the official Army uniform. His move really boosted sales and the brand started getting super popular. That's when Ray-Ban's real story begins. They started with the name Anti-Glare Aviator Sunglasses, but after some marketing advice, they changed it to Ray-Ban Aviator. Sounds way cooler, right? And guess what? It sold a ton more. The glasses became so well liked that in 1937, they hit the shelves for everyone in the US to buy, and people loved them. They went from being worn by pilots to regular people who enjoyed outdoor life. Things took off even further when in 1944, General MacArthur was photographed on a beach in the Philippines, where he successfully led the reconquest after the Japanese invasion, smoking a pipe and sporting Ray-Ban sunglasses. The image spread across the front pages, and the impact was huge. Everyone wanted a pair of those shades. In the years that followed, Ray-Ban started making different types of glasses for all kinds of situations. One notable example was the Ray-Ban Shooters and Outdoorsman series, like cousins to the Aviator model but with glass lenses. They were a perfect choice for hunting and fishing enthusiasts. As the 1940s rolled on, Ray-Ban built up a great reputation because their lenses were top-notch, making them the go-to choice in a market when there wasn't much competition. But you know how things go. Hollywood played a big part in making them even more popular. In the early 1950s, Marlon Brando sported them in the movie The Wild One in 1953. And since Brando was one of the most famous movie stars at the time, naturally everyone went crazy for the aviators. That same year, they rolled out the all-time bestseller Wayfarer. You might remember them from the whole hipster vibe of the early 2000s that brought them back into the limelight. But let's be real, the hipster trend was just a recycling of old styles. Sorry hipsters, turns out you weren't that groundbreaking. Back to the golden age. At first, Wayfarers were designed as men's eyewear, but then Marilyn Monroe became one of the first women to break that barrier. The actress claimed that they were one of her favorite accessories to hide from the intense paparazzi. Audrey Hepburn also rocked them effortlessly in Breakfast at Tiffany's in 1961. Sales skyrocketed and Ray-Ban started becoming a cult brand. That was because by the late 1950s, television and cinema in the United States had become highly popular mediums with significant influence in shaping the tastes and needs of their audiences. Icons like James Dean embodied the rebellious spirit of the nonconformist youth, especially in those cool sunglasses with a sharp look and dark lenses, perfect for watching without being seen. These shades became a modern choice for the new social social groups emerging, especially in America, making them a kind of signature look. And so the Wayfarers were destined to capture the attention of youth tired of conventions and eager for rebellion, not only due to their unconventional design, a sunglass model with a curious 20-degree tilt in the front frame, but also because of the materials used to shape them. While metallic frames were the norm, this time a new technology was employed to mold plastic. It was a revolution, as the new material offered sunglasses an unlimited array of shapes, colors, and textures. The following decades were all about diversity for Ray-Ban. They kept bringing out more and more styles and tweaking the existing ones. By the early 60s, they had 30 different models, and that number jumped to over 50 by the 70s. The standout of the 1970s was mirrored sunglasses. It became a fun trend embraced by skiers and extreme sports enthusiasts to stay protected and add a personal touch to their outfits. Things were going great until the early 80s, when there was a bit of a hiccup. Sales for classics like Wayfarer and Aviator dropped suddenly. The younger crowd thought they were old-fashioned, despite the company trying to spruce them up with improvements. Plus, it wasn't just the young ones wearing them anymore. Even parents wanted in on the trend, and that caused a bit of a crisis. They started to look old-fashioned. Ray-Ban decided to make a comeback, and they found their answer in pop culture. It all started with a Saturday Night Live sketch where Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, SNL actors doing the Blues Brothers routine, rocked the Wayfarer sunglasses. That got people's attention. The company figured going mainstream was a way to go. They hired a marketing team to get their shades into popular movies like Top Gun and TV shows like Miami Vice. In 1983, when a young Tom Cruise wore them in Risky Business, they sold over 360,000 pairs that year. Hollywood's influence, From the 80s to the 90s, Ray-Bans were all over the place. In movies, on stage, you name it. In 1984, at the Grammy Awards, Michael Jackson made his iconic look with Ray-Ban Aviators, a style later rocked by Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black. With that, the brand not only bounced back, but also became a pop culture icon. As a result, in 1999, Bausch & Lomb sold Ray-Ban to the Italian group Luxottica for $640 million. Luxottica, known for its association with luxury brands, wanted to make Ray-Ban even better. And it worked! The quality and design got a boost, making it a must-have item again. Since then, all Ray-Ban products are made in Italy, and its popularity soared as it became a more internationally recognized brand. Nowadays, there are 230 different styles to choose from, and if none of them fits your personal style, you can even design a custom pair starting at $200. A classic Aviator or Wayfarer, those range from $170 to $500. Ray-Ban's popularity shows that for people, the price is worth it. It's not just an accessory, it's the dream of looking like your favorite stars. Well, besides the style factor, there's also the functionality aspect. Since 1937, Ray-Ban has been designing glasses that not only protect your eyes, but also enhance your vision. Ray-Ban has been a leader for decades in the development of optical lenses, incorporating sophisticated technology since 1937 to safeguard and boost people's vision. One of the most significant advancements was the transition lens, which automated the process of changing lenses based on light conditions. Before, people had to carry multiple pairs of glasses for different settings, sunny outdoors or indoor lighting. With this innovation, transition lenses practically solved this problem, saving time and effort for glasses wearers. Another game changer in the industry was the blue-violet filter. Prolonged exposure to this part of the light spectrum has proven harmful to eye health, increasing the risk of cataracts and macular degeneration. So Ray-Ban's filter protects against this type of radiation from both direct sunlight and the screens and artificial lights that are increasingly part of our daily lives. This way, it helps prevent eye diseases and maintains long-term eye health. Plus, Ray-Ban added a cool feature to their lenses, a hydrophobic treatment that keeps water and fingerprints away, so your glasses stay clean and your vision stays clear. They also made the lenses smart. They can adapt to different lighting and weather conditions, always giving you the best vision. And in recent years, they came up with their most advanced lenses, the Chromance. It's not just about fancy words. It's a lens that fights glare, has polarization, and boosts contrast. Thanks to this special treatment, the Chromance makes colors pop, and everything you see through them looks sharper and clearer. Now, like many other brands, the competition sort of revolves around their own style. You know the saying, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Today, only the Wayfarer style has become a distinct aesthetic, a type of sunglasses not limited to the Ray-Ban brand. It's easy to spot big and small brands offering designs inspired by this mega popular creation. However, the line between reference and copy can sometimes blur, leading the company itself to engage in legal battles to protect its commercial image. One such case occurred in 2016 when Luxottica sued the BCBG group, accusing them of violating their trademark by offering designs identical to their Wayfarer sunglasses. But outside of the regular stores, copies are everywhere. Sunglasses are a big deal in the world of fakes. You've probably seen those online tutorials explaining how to spot the real ones from the fakes. That's how common it is. Nowadays, Ray-Bans are the most copied glasses globally, showing just how big of a deal they are. But there's something special that can't be copied: the amazing legacy behind those cool polarized lenses. That legacy goes beyond trends to become a timeless style icon, thanks to its pioneering vision in optical design and its commitment to consistently enhancing the visual experience. If you've been captivated by this story about the timeless design of Ray-Ban, then click the bell icon to receive notifications. Until next time, keep appreciating the beauty of design, and we'll catch you in the next video.